Get on the same wavelength to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with a toy. I have lots of toys in my house these days as a grandma. Today we're talking about the idiom and the expression on the same wavelength. On the same wavelength has been around since 1925. It's associated with radio waves and frequencies. And I think it was Heinrich Hertz, megahertz, Hertz. Heinrich Hertz in 1887 proved scientifically in an experiment that Maxwell's predictions about the existence of radio waves was true, and that if we got on the same frequency as those waves, we could communicate with one another through radios, right? Through different devices. And that came to mean that people that were on the same wavelength could hear the same messages, as that could lead to and often led to them thinking the same way about things, agreeing with one another. So when two people or when two parties are on the same wavelength, it means they really understand and agree with one another. Now, I suppose it could be that they really understand and maybe they do or do not agree, but usually at least they're hearing the same thing and receiving the same messages when it comes to things like communication, directions, negotiations, expectations, all kinds of ways that it shows up in our businesses today. So my question for you today is, are you and your business, as you're supersizing and growing it, on the same wavelength as key stakeholders in your business? I was first thinking about customers because we really need to be in tune with and on the same wavelength as our customers are. We need to know how they think. We need to know the conversation going on in their head, probably better than they consciously are aware of it themselves. That's how we build relationships with them. That's how we understand and solve problems for them. And not just the first problem we solve for them, but continuing and ever growing problems. That's how we supersize and grow our business. So how do we get that? How do we do that? Well, we look for signs, we listen, we ask questions and listen to the response, not what we want to hear or think we want to hear. And then we model and act and test out and mirror back to make sure that we're understanding exactly what they want. We do this with our customers. We do this with our vendors. We do this with our suppliers. We do this with our partners. We do this with our employees, our team members, our teammates, people that we're building and growing or supersizing our business with. Communication is all about understanding one another and the message that they're sending and receiving, not just are you listening. Listening and understanding the message are two entirely different things. So there are lots of ways to do this. I'm curious how you do it, but overall, would you say you are or are not on the same wavelength as the people that you serve? I am now, but there were businesses and times in my past when I totally wasn't on the same wavelength. I discovered I was serving great people, but not the right people for me. And that was a mismatch. And we always know when that doesn't line up and doesn't match. We have this strange feeling or this intuition that it's just not the right fit. Same with when we take a job or we get involved with a relationship. We know whether we click or whether we clank. So share in the comments below your experience with this particular idiom, on the same wavelength, and if you believe that you are indeed on the wavelength of your ideal customer, right? Same wavelength. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, see you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it to supersize and grow your business right now? Have a great day. Uh-oh.